the darkness of the stage, the first haunting notes of Crazy Train echoed through the arena. Thousands of fans rose to their feet, tears welling in their eyes, as they realized this wasn't just another performance, it was a farewell to the Prince of Darkness himself, Ozzy Osbourne. Tonight, rock legends Steven Tyler and Joe Perry, joined by Yungblud, gave the world a performance that will be remembered for generations. But before we relive that unforgettable moment, let's take a journey into the life, the music, and the eternal legacy of Ozzy Osbourne. The night of September 7, 2025 was filled with lights, fashion, and performances. But the moment the stage went dark, the mood shifted, the crowd grew silent. Then came the opening notes of Crazy Train. Yungblud's voice broke through. Raw and filled with emotion, fans immediately recognized the anthem and began singing along. As the arena lit up, Steven Tyler and Joe Perry of Aerosmith walked onto the stage. The audience erupted into cheers. These weren't just musicians, they were Ozzy's peers, fellow legends who knew the weight of the moment. Together, they performed Changes, a song filled with emotion and vulnerability. The voices of Tyler and Yungblud blended together, while Perry's guitar echoed through the arena like a cry from the heavens. But the performance didn't stop there. The trio moved into Mama, I'm Coming Home, one of Ozzy's most heartfelt ballads. Fans swayed, some with tears streaming down their faces. As the song became more than just music, it became a message, a farewell. On the big screen behind them, images of Ozzy's life and career flashed by. Black Sabbath days, solo tours, family moments. The entire arena stood, clapping, singing, crying. It was more than a performance. It was a spiritual moment. Ozzy Osbourne was born John Michael Osbourne in Birmingham, England, in 1948. He grew up in a working-class family in a town defined by factories, coal smoke, and the struggles of ordinary people. But even in those gray, industrial streets, young Ozzy carried a spark. Music became his escape. With his distinctive, haunting voice, Ozzy would go on to form Black Sabbath in the late 1960s with Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward. This wasn't just another rock band. This was the birth of heavy metal. Songs like Paranoid, Iron Man, and War Pigs didn't just climb the charts, they created an entire genre. With dark riffs, powerful drums, and Ozzy's unmistakable vocals, Black Sabbath gave a voice to a generation that wanted to rebel, to question, to scream against the world. Ozzy wasn't just a frontman, he became a symbol. His stage presence, his eccentric personality, and his wild lifestyle made him larger than life. The solo years, the Prince of Darkness takes flight after parting ways with Black Sabbath in 1979. Many thought Ozzy's career might fade away, but what happened next was history in the making. With the release of Blizzard of Oz in 1980, Ozzy launched a solo career that cemented his status as the Prince of Darkness. The album gave us Crazy Train, one of the most iconic rock anthems of all time. More albums followed: Diary of a Madman, Bark at the Moon, No More Tears, and Osmosis. Each one added to his legend. Songs like Mama, I'm Coming Home showed that behind the dark persona was also a man who could deliver heartfelt emotion through music. But Ozzy's journey wasn't without pain. He battled addiction, personal struggles, and near-death experiences, yet every time he fell, he came back stronger, proving why fans loved him not just as a rock star, but as a survivor. The cultural phenomenon, Ozzy Beyond the Music. Ozzy wasn't just about the music, he was about the attitude. From biting the head off a bat on stage to starring in his family reality show The Osbournes, he remained unpredictable, entertaining, and unapologetically himself. The world laughed with him, worried for him, and celebrated him. He became a pop culture icon, transcending generations. Whether it was teenagers discovering Black Sabbath for the first time or families watching the Osbournes in the early 2000s, Ozzy was everywhere. His nickname, the Prince of Darkness, wasn't just about his music. It was about his aura. He lived on the edge, played by his own rules, and embraced the madness of rock and rolled off. Farewell to the Prince, Ozzy's passing in 2025. In July 2025, the world received heartbreaking news. Ozzy Osbourne had passed away at the age of 76. For millions of fans across the globe, it felt like losing a family member. Ozzy wasn't just a musician, he was the soundtrack to their lives. His voice was there in the rebellion of youth, the heartbreaks, the celebrations, and the long nights filled with music. Tributes poured in from musicians, celebrities, and fans alike. Everyone from Metallica to younger rock bands acknowledged that without Ozzy, there would be no heavy metal as we know it today. And just 2 months later, the MTV Video Music Awards decided to honor him in a way only music could. The world reacts. Ozzy Forever tribute quickly went viral. Within minutes, social media exploded with reactions. Fans wrote, "Tears in my eyes for Ozzy again. That was absolutely awesome. Ozzy Forever. Steven Tyler. Holy hell. That was an incredible performance. Not me crying my eyes out watching the VMA letters Ozzy tribute. Masterclass. The Prince of Darkness Forever." Even those who weren't hardcore rock fans felt the weight of the tribute. Ozzy's influence had touched so many corners of music that his farewell became a global moment of unity. The legacy lives on. Ozzy Osbourne may have left this world, but his music will never die. From the riffs of Iron Man to the anthems of Crazy Train and the emotions of Mama, I'm Coming Home, his songs continue to inspire. The MTV tribute showed us that legends never fade. They live on in the music, in the memories, and in the hearts of fans. For every kid picking up a guitar today, for every fan screaming lyrics in their bedroom, for every future rock star inspired by his story, Ozzy is still here. And as the words on the screen at the VMA letters declared, Ozzy Osbourne 1948 to 2025, forever the Prince of Darkness.